Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci. We got a real fun show tonight. I'm excited for it. Before we get to that, if you're new here, welcome. If you like what you're seeing, we have, over 200 episodes of this for you to go back to. Watch this one first. I want the view. But if you like any of these folks, they've all been on the show before. You can search their episodes. There's also some pretty good ones without them. There's even an episode without me if you're kind of sick of the host of this show. So something for everyone. Also, if you're not a member of the Facebook page, you should join that if you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this video. That's where you can get all the information about the show, including how to be on it. Still have some spots available for November. If you are interested, we have spots available on, I believe, Monday the 20th for movies with animals in the titles, and the 27th, movies that didn't go to theaters. So TV movies, direct to streaming, all of that stuff. If you're interested in either of those or anything else about the show, find that on the Facebook page or on Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. The other thing, winners of the show have an optional prize if they so choose, that they can assign a movie that I have to watch over the course of the week. Last week, Carrie Taylor won and assigned me, let me pull this up, 1986's, I believe, Soul Survivor. Movie about a woman who the only survivor of a plane crash, and then death is after her. And if that sounds familiar, I'm so glad that Final Destination stole that idea and made it interesting. This movie, not so much. It's a lot of people pointing at our protagonist, slowly approaching her until the inevitable happens. It's fine. It's nothing you need to see. If you like Final Destination, then you already like the better version of this movie. So yeah, Soul Survivor, if that sounds interesting to you, check it out. But I just found myself kind of underwhelmed by it. So maybe this week I'll get something that I enjoy more, or nothing. That's also an option. Tonight on the show, we are doing remakes again, because Hollywood is out of ideas, and so am I. So let's bring in our guests for tonight. Joining me on the show, Conor Shanahan, Halley Griffin, and Josh Poirier. Welcome, everybody.
What's up?
Hello.
Now, before I talk to you all individually, let's get a point on the board and see who I talk to first with a mini game. This mini game it's probably the most common mini game we do on the show. This is a game called Keywords. Basically, on IMDb, every movie has a list of keywords associated with it. These can be super specific or super vague. Anybody can add to them. There's no real moderation. You can't see who did it. It's all anonymous. So every movie has a weird selection of keywords. What I've done is pulled a bunch of keywords for a movie. I'm going to start reading them out. The movie should become clearer as I go. If you think you know the movie, yell it out. No penalty for wrong answers. I will keep going until somebody guesses it correctly. That sound good to everybody?
Right on.
All right, let's do this. This movie has keywords like goo, sigh of relief, not the blob, cut into pieces, flubber, no, hit with the table, isolation, pulling up floorboards. Hal, you can just yell it out. No need to.
It's The Thing?
It is The Thing.
Yes. Okay.
Oh. Hell yeah.
My favorite movies.
We had a whole bunch left. Hell on Earth, wearing sunglasses indoors, both arms chopped off. Bald man with a beard is one of the key words for this movie. Snow adventure, eye socket pulled out. Speaking Norwegian, body horror, ignorant American, ancient astronaut, Siberian husky, characters killed one by one, all male cast, science expedition, shape-shifting alien, and Carpenter and K. Russell is a keyword on IMDb.
You know what's really cool
I
about
can't
that
imagine
movie?
there's that many movies for that.
You know what's really cool about that movie? If you know Norwegian, the
It
guy
gives
yelling,
away the plot at the very beginning.
they give away the plot at the very beginning of the movie.
I've been watching a lot, like my like wind down, not going to think too hard about anything, is just watching people watch movies for the first time.
Yeah.
And I love watching people watch The Thing for the first time because every single time it's, why are they trying to kill that dog? Don't kill that dog. Leave that dog alone. And then 15 minutes later, oh, they need to kill that dog. That dog's one of the best actors in any movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's bring in just a comic I adore who hasn't been on the show in way too long. I checked it. It was episode 40 before we even started doing themes with this. Hal Griffin, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, Nick. Hi. Oh. And I got a second cat causing mischief. I have two cats. They're both annoying.
Now, you were one of the people on the very first episode of this show.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Dude, I love this idea.
Yeah, so you helped me start this.
Oh.
And I've missed having you on, so I'm excited that you're back today.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. Appreciate it.
Of course. Well, Hal, I always ask my players now for movie suggestions, if you have any. Do you have any remakes that you really enjoy or think people should see?
I have. I've gotten into like screaming arguments about this. I think the Suspiria remake is better than the original by so much better. I think I've seen both. I am not like I saw one, but yeah, I think it came out in 2018. Luca Guadagnino's, I'm pretty sure I just mispronounced his last name, but whatever. Suspiria. It's a great remake.
I gotta watch the remake because I'm in the camp of people who were underwhelmed by the original.
A Suspiria, it's like, hey, we shown like a bunch of like filtered lights on a soundstage, and then an Italian pervert makes women walk through barbed wire. Like, it's so good. It's so good.
It's amazing how many. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
How many horror? No, I said it's just amazing how many horror movies from the 70s and 80s can start with an Italian pervert makes women.
Yeah. and like all of my guy friends are like, it's the greatest movie you've ever seen. Like it's like the most like subversive kind of like in straight horror films, they just stab the women. But in these horror films, they make the women scream for a really long time as they're being stabbed. It's so good. And yeah.
Yeah, that feels good.
Yeah.
That's why I watch horror movies, because I hate women.
No. Not even the violence against women doesn't bother me. It's the editing. I feel like the scenes just go on for too long.
Yeah, my problem is I was bored from like 20 minutes in until maybe the last 10 minutes. Like everything I knew about the movie that I was expecting was the climax of the movie happens in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
I had the same reaction to watching When a Stranger Calls for the first time. Where I'm like, this is an excellent short film, and then the movie happens.
No, there's still like an hour and a half left.
Yeah, Suspiria remake. I gotta watch that. I gotta sit down and feel like
it's also very long and goes on for way too long, but in a more enjoyable way.
I mean, that is one of the reasons I watch a lot of horror, I think, is because so many of them are under 90 minutes. So those real long ones are hard to put on sometimes.
Yeah. This one, you take an intermission with it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the good thing about watching things at home is you can pause.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, welcome back. Also returning to the show, been less of a while. I believe it's been 2 episodes. But I just love having him here. Conor Shanahan, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Nick. Thanks for having me. It's always fun to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's always great to have you here.
Appreciate that. I will just also say that I definitely dug the original Suspiria, but the 2018 one is amazing. So I wholeheartedly ride the coattails of that sentiment. It is long, but like if you're digging it, which I think you will, you don't really want it to end. And by the time it does, I was so satisfied with it.
I mean, it's a great cast.
Yep. Oh, it's across the board. It's fantastic.
I gotta say, I've never not wanted a Jello to end. I've never wanted to see torture continue for hours.
I don't know.
That's a fair point. That's another reason why I haven't watched a ton.
Well, though, when you're in the right mood for a messed up like horror or whatever, and it's not often, but when you are, it's like that weird comforting. Or I don't know. Like I didn't grow up watching horror. It was sort of a recent development, like the last 10 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
And so like it scratches that itch in your brain sometimes. So for me, like that movie in particular, I mean, at some point, yeah, like it's got to end, but it's so messed up and everything, but it's like it's firing on all cylinders and doing it so well that when you're in the hands of like a master like that, you just want to be like, keep doing it, whatever it is. And that one in particular, I saw for the first time this year, and I was just like, oh yeah, it was one that I waited for the right moment to watch when I was ready for it, and it was perfect. I would have liked to have seen it in theaters, but what are you gonna do?
I feel that way about the 70s movie Hasu House.
Oh yeah.
I just watched it for the first time this year, and I'd been waiting for too long to watch it. And I feel like that's similar to Suspiria in vibes, but I loved it so much more.
Cool. That's one that's sitting there on the short list, waiting for that right evening. And I thought I'd probably do that this October, but I did not. So I'll hit that one soon.
Well, do you have any other suggestions you'd like to add, or you just want to piggyback?
I will bring this, silly one up. So I was talking to somebody about the Psycho sequels, and actually, so I watched the entire Psycho series, and actually some of the sequels are not terrible, and I mean, now they kind of
second one is fantastic.
Second one, it's you actually care about Anthony Hopkins, Norman Bates. You actually care for him. Which is
the worst thing about the second one is it has to live up to the first one, but on its own, it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, they do a great job of being like, well, it's not going to be that, and then by the end, it's so bad. Fourth one is when he calls into a radio show, called
talk about a movie that just keeps going.
But anyway, of course, this is all leading to Gus Van Sant's 1999 remake of Psycho, which can we all just say at the same time why? But
it's fun.
It was fun to say. Did you say it was fun? Oh, Vince Vaughn.
I said Vince Vaughn.
Which, when you're half deaf,
it's like you think of who's going to play Norman Bates. Like first thought, Vince Vaughn. Second thought,
William H. Macy.
It's like who's somebody that comes across as sweet and creepy? Well, Vince Vaughn has one of those at least.
So that was fun to revisit, and so you don't need to, but there's that to think about. Gus Van Sant reshot the whole movie, pretty much shot for shot. Okay,
except he added Norman jerking off, right?
Well, there's some audio there that may not have been present in the first one, but it's pretty much the same shot as the Hitchcock one.
There's a scene,
and there's the flashes when William H. Macy gets a certain knife to the face. they have like these, flashes of his. Anyway, great job,
Psycho.
Dan. Yeah.
Well, we got 2 horror remakes. I don't know if this is going to continue, but let's welcome back one of our most frequent guests. Just a real. I don't know if this show keeps going if he didn't commit so much to it early on. I love having you here, Josh Poirier. Welcome back.
What's up, Nick? How's it going? I'm just gonna say the 3 of us, the 4 of us right now, we look like a bluegrass group who got a female lead singer to get the college crowd in.
No, it's just ZZ Top. And did you know Hal's last name is actually Beard? That's the fun trivia. Well, Josh, what have you got for us? Anything you want to add?
Remakes. I actually got 2, and they're by the same director. Believe it or not.
I don't believe it.
What?
Yeah, can't believe it. I think you're a dirty liar.
I think if you know the fact that he did 2 remakes, you know what director I'm talking about. Alexander Aja, who did The Hills Have Eyes and the Piranha 3D remakes. Both of which were good movies for their own right, in their own right. Mm-hmm. For their own reasons.
I remember thinking Piranha was fun at the time. I don't know if I need to see The Hills Have Eyes remake.
You don't need you do need to see it because it's fantastic. Like, it's really well done. Like it's really, really well done. But it's just very,
it's very that like sadistic horror that I start to have a little bit of a trouble with. It's the first one I enjoyed, but kind of was near my limit. It's like how I've seen the Wes Craven Last House on the Left, and I don't think I'm ever going to see the remake of that.
I'll never see that again. I mean, I saw that once, and I don't need to see it again. Michael Berryman in the first Hills Have Eyes was fantastic, though.
Oh yeah.
Also, a hell of a guy too.
I feel like I just looked him up recently. This is the same guy who directed High Tension, right?
No, yeah, Alexander Aja, yeah, High Tension. Yeah. He was one of.
That's another movie that.
He's one of the nouveau French.
Mm-hmm.
French
extremist.
Extremists, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's called, right? Like extremist horror.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with like Martyrs and Inside and what's the other one? There's not that many of them, believe it or not. Like I thought there was a lot more. Like it's weird that it sounds like it's weird that they call it a movement when it had like 6 films.
Is Martyrs French?
Martyrs is French, I think. I have to look it up. I have to
just thinking about movies that I'm not going to see.
Well, there's a lot of French movies I don't think Americans know about, but that are just super grotesque and don't need to exist. But the French were like, we got it.
Inside
In
being
fairness, a lot of American movies like that too.
Yeah.
Have you been to Tubi lately?
Inside being one of those movies.
Oh, didn't they remade Inside, right? With an American. They
also remade Martyrs.
They remade Martyrs?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
There's an American version of Martyrs.
Gross.
Yeah.
We've talked about so many remakes now.
I like exploring other genres of horror, and I found, I was in the Japanese extremist for a while, and then the French extremist, and the Italian, the Giallo. So I find myself in a lot of horror genres. Right now, I'm an Argentinian.
Okay.
I'm like Connor. Yeah, I love horror now, but I didn't love it for the longest time. I didn't like the last 10 years I started getting into it, and then right at the start of the pandemic when I was just home all the time, I caught up on everything I could catch up on, and now it's just my comfort movies.
Yeah.
I'm currently watching my cat eat a spider live. And I don't.
Is that a French extreme one?
It feels like it. It's pretty gross.
That's walks home alone at night. I'm currently watching my cat eat a spider alive. It's a good time.
He keeps spitting it out and letting it run away, and then biting it again.
Oh no!
That is straight up cat right there.
It's disgusting. Disgusting.
My dog is
Alright.
shocked by that behavior, by the way. You believe that?
Yeah, look, she's so good. Is it boy or girl dog?
That's a girl.
Girl, what's her name?
That's Sadie right there.
Sadie's perfect. I love her.
Thanks. She's a good girl.
Well, let's get back to this game now. We've talked about so many remakes and pets. Before we get to the full game, let's do another round of keywords just to see who picks the first year. Again, you can yell out whenever you think you know it.
Can I just say, great
Yes.
job thing on the floorboards, Hal. That was
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. This movie has keywords like shared universe, actor plays himself, covered in feces, pretending to be rich, actor appears in original and remake, fake accent, criminal mastermind, sneaking something into someone's pocket, numerous handsome men. Which I need to go and just see what else is listed under. Numerous handsome men. Cockney rhyming slang. Money falling through the air. Poker, the card game.
Ocean's 11.
It is Ocean's 11.
Covered in feces.
I don't remember that part. That was the one that was
Me
throwing me
neither.
off.
Yeah.
All we
Thanks,
missed on
I-
that one were Gentlemen Crooks, first of a trilogy, Casino, and Heist.
The Covered in Feces was in the German cut.
I will say, when people argue against remakes, Ocean's 11 is a great example of how to make a terrible movie great. If you haven't seen the original, keep it that way.
Yeah.
And Cabin Fever remake is a terrible way to make a movie at all.
It's so weird that you brought that up. I ran out of time trying to put movies together, but that was on the list and it didn't make it.
The only thing it changed was the director's name.
All right. Well, we go into the first round with Connor and Hal both at 1 point. Josh, I'm sure you will catch up. It brings us to the regular game. If you're new to this, here's what's happening. I've gone to the aforementioned IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and I've pulled parental warnings for a bunch of remakes. These warnings, I don't write them. I don't know who writes them. It's the same anonymous weirdos that provide the keywords. I just copy and paste their words and deliver them to my friends who try to figure out what the movie is based on these warnings. Connor, since you got that last keyword, I'm going to have you pick the first year. Would you like a remake from 1987, 1995, or 2010?
Let's split the difference and go 95.
95. All right, first movie of the night. No more yelling out. Raise your hand when you know it. For 5 points, under the category of frightening and intense scenes, there is a fighting scene where the boys get into a fist fight with other boys. No blood or obvious serious injuries during the fight, but the boys are later shown to be beaten up. This is the only seriously tense scene in the movie. It's mostly simulated fighting shown in small snippets. Hal has a guess. Anybody else?
Jeez.
Connor's also going to guess. Connor, what do you think this movie is?
I don't know. Let's go with the Little Rascals.
Hal, what do you think?
I was gonna say Bad News Bears, and I don't believe in myself.
It is not the Little Rascals. It is also not Bad News Bears.
Here we go.
So that renders those first mini games meaningless.
Hell,
Everybody's back at 0.
yes.
For 4 points under sex and nudity, the boys are forced to wear dresses as punishment, and some of the dresses expose their chests as they are obviously made for women. No butts or genitals are shown or alluded to in the scene, only some chest. Okay, for 3 points under violence and gore. There is a story about the little engine that could, which turned very gory due to a man having his legs blown off and the conductor's eyes pulled out. This is put in a comedic way, but may disturb kids under 9 or 10.
Disturbs me now. And I watch French extremist horror.
And Argentine.
2 points under violence and gore. The main character breaks another man's finger trying to help the injured man. Both men are fellow soldiers in the same unit. Played for comedy.
That is hilarious.
All right, last clue for 1 point under sex and nudity. When Tiger says he has to pee, Payne says to him, now you hold it or I will break that off and kick it around the ground.
What the fuck?
All right, we got 3 blank faces, it looks like.
Could you just repeat that just to give us
Sure can.
Repeat
When
that last.
the Tiger says he has to pee, Payne says to him, now you hold it or I will break that off and kick it around the ground. That was enough for Connor. Connor, what do you think this movie is?
I don't know if it's a remake. Major Pain?
I mean, I gave you half the title in that. I only just discovered this was a remake. Based on the 1955 movie The Private War of Major Benson, this is Major Pain.
Terrible.
What? Wow.
Just a movie I really enjoyed as a kid. I think my introduction to Damon Wayans was that movie.
Mine was Homie the Clown. As long as we don't play that.
Yeah.
Well, that puts Connor at 1. Hal and Josh tied at 0.
Kicking ass.
Hal, you get to pick this next one. Would you like a movie from 1961, 1988, or 2017?
Let's do 1988.
1988. And I will say, not that it's necessarily relevant for this one, but these are all movies that IMDb specifically says are remakes of previous movies. So if you disagree with me that maybe it's not a remake, take it up with IMDb. I accept no responsibility as host of this show. This movie's from 1988 for 5 points under violence and gore. A teenager grabs a wrench and slams it into a man's face, supposedly killing him. No blood can be seen because there is a hazmat helmet covering his head. We got 2 guesses already.
Oh, wait, no, it's definitely not what I'm thinking.
All right, Josh, what do you think this movie is?
The movie that Connor mentioned, The Blob.
This is the movie that Connor mentioned. This is the 1988 The Blob.
What a great movie that was.
I have to see that one. I've seen the original and I've never.
It was a movie that actually freaked me out when I was a kid. Like really freaked me out when I was a kid. Whenever I saw like the trailers or anything like that, because it's gross as fuck.
Well,
yeah,
I can read some of these other clues. What was that?
I was about to guess The Blob.
Were you going to say The Blob?
Yeah, and not E.T.
That is a brutal, wrenching scene in E.T., I must say.
I'm sure there's a scene where Elliot smashes one of the government agents with a wrench. And I'm not making that up. Sorry, continue.
Then he gets shot by 15 walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
Other clues in this: violence and gore. The entity chases 2 people down a hallway, leaving a trail of blood behind it. Violence and gore, a woman is attacked by the entity off screen. Later, a man tries to make a move on her, but his arm is grabbed by a tentacle that shoots out of her chest. The woman's face begins wrinkling up, and we see her eyes fall out, along with muscle matter and her skin, leaving a bloody mess of burnt skin and her skull.
Yep.
Frightening and intense scenes, despite the movie's title sounding silly. You might think it's one of those horrible B movies, but this movie is surprisingly disturbing and disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Violence and gore, the titular entity, attacks a movie theater, and we see many people getting absorbed into it.
Yeah, it was freaky as shit.
That puts Josh at 5, Connor at 1, Hal at 0.
Maybe keep a fire extinguisher close at hand for that movie, because that the only thing that stops the blob is cold.
Josh, would you like a remake from? There's no way that's right. I want to check something just before I give you the clue, because I'm pretty sure I've got the wrong. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Would you like a movie from 1982, 2005, or 2016?
Go with 82.
82. Okay, 1982 for 5 points under sex and nudity. Nudity shows female full frontal with pubic hair, female full rear nudity, including outdoor nudity, and brief male full frontal with pubic hair and male full rear nudity.
I'm gonna take a stab at this one. I don't think I'm right, but I'm
I see Connor motioning. Are you gonna? All right, Connor, what do you think?
82, E.T.
full frontal nudity in E.T.
I mean, have you seen E.T.'s pubes? Spielberg edited it out of the re-release. He replaced it with a walkie-talkie. Josh, what do you think?
Just cat people?
Well, surprisingly, it's not E.T. And surprisingly, Josh has 2 5-point clues in a row.
Wow! Oh, hell yeah!
Wow!
Shit!
I knew it was sometime around that time, and I knew all the nudity was in it.
Also in this movie, the goriest scene is where a guy gets his arm ripped off. Lots of blood. Several frightening moments of shock and suspense involving leopards who often snarl and snap with little to no warning. The atmosphere of most of the movie is very dark and unpleasant. Children could be very frightened by this picture. Violence and gore. Other scenes include a panther's body being dissected and then melting. And frightening and intense scenes, the transformation sequence of Irina turning into a leopard is similar to the transformation in An American Werewolf in London.
What's funny is that the sexiness of the original is so much bigger than the sexiness of the remake. They show too much in the remake.
That makes sense. You do see full rear nudity for males and females.
And you see E.T. too for some reason. And I think E.T.'s pubes is the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. Weirdest thing I've heard of in the last couple of weeks.
Before we move on from that, just reading that, I also recently just watched An American Werewolf in Paris for the first time. And that is an overhated movie. It's not a good movie, but it's a great comedy.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
They went full into comedy. They didn't even try to make it related. It feels like a spoof on the original, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I can see that.
As long as you don't go in hoping for another An American Werewolf in London. If it had any other name, I think it would have been rated higher.
Probably. But yeah.
All right, well, Josh has 10, everybody else has 0.
I'm not doing this again.
We got one more from the first round before we go to the next mini game. Connor, you get to pick.
Okay.
Would you like a movie from 1995, 2000, or 2021?
95 again. It went over really well last time. Let's go back to the well.
All right, 1995 again. This movie came out the same year as Major Payne. For 5 points under sex and nudity, there is a scene where Annabelle's teacher can be seen kissing a woman in the office.
This is Major Payne.
For 4 points under violence and gore, there's no actual violence in the movie. However, there are scenes with issues with bullying at school. The bullies at junior high school can be seen picking on other kids at school. Annabelle can be seen getting shoved and knocked down at basketball practice. For 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, there isn't anything frightening in the movie. However, Ellen Andrews has a fear of heights she's struggling to overcome. Also, there are arguments with Ellen getting yelled at by Bill.
Fucking 95.
Not Johnny
2
Mnemonic.
points under violence and gore. The two bullies can be seen picking on Annabelle's brother before Annabelle and Ellen's body can be seen fighting back the two bullies and rescuing her brother.
Oh, funny. What the fuck?
For 1 point under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, Ellen Andrews can be seen smoking a cigarette in the movie. Later on, after Ellen gets switched with Annabelle Andrews' body and is also smoking a cigarette. Despite this, Ellen is struggling to quit smoking. We got one hand up. All right, Josh.
I'm just going to guess Freaky Friday.
Somebody has to guess Freaky Friday. This is the Disney made-for-TV Freaky Friday with Shelley Long and Gabby Hoffman.
Shelley Long, you mean the Lifetime remake of Freaky Friday?
What?
I mean, the definitive Freaky Friday.
The first, and I think to the date, only Freaky Friday I've seen is this Freaky Friday.
Wow.
Absolutely. Wow.
Excellent.
Yeah, growing up, I had such a crush on Gabby Hoffman.
I just saw something, when Uncle Buck, I think.
Yes.
Oh, what a great movie. Anyway.
I have a lot of fun memories about Uncle Buck, but at one point I tried to show it to somebody, and that's when you realize all of the terrible stuff that has not aged well in Uncle Buck.
Yeah. Still love the line about we've been leaving water out for the dog. We've just been keeping the toilet seat open for him. Oh, that would explain some strange discoloration in the lawn.
Well, Josh is at 11. Connor and Hal both at 0. But we've got some points in the next mini game. This is a multiple choice mini game. I will ask one of you a multiple choice question. If you get it right, you get 4 points. If not, the next person can guess for 3, and then the next person can guess for 2. And that's all we're going to, because there's only 3 of you tonight.
Oh, but the first person is guaranteed a point.
So what these are is I have pulled, some movies have been remade multiple times in multiple countries, all with different names. I'm going to read out 4 movies. One of them shouldn't be there. One of them isn't a remake of the overarching movie.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I said that in a weird way.
No, it makes sense.
All right. And if you're first to guess, I will also give you a bonus point if you can tell me what the original movie is, but only for the first person guessing.
All right.
Connor, I'm going to start with you. Which of these movies doesn't
1995.
belong?
Oh, sorry.
Is it Battle Beyond the Stars, Duck You Sucker, Duel of the Seven Tigers, or Kill a Dragon. All but one of those is based on the same movie.
Can I go to my teammate right here?
Yeah, what's she?
Holy shit, I gotta go with Duck You Sucker.
Out of curiosity, do you have any idea what the movies might be a remake of?
I kind of lost the thread a little bit. I think Duck You Sucker that's not the Ennio Morricone, right? A Fistful of Dynamite. So that seems like the other ones are Star Wars related or something. And
well, you are right that Duck You Sucker is not one of them. Battle Beyond the Stars, Duel of the Seven Tigers, Kill a Dragon, and also The Magnificent Seven are all remakes of Seven Samurai.
Seven Samurai, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So I was naming the odd man out rather than the three that were. Yeah. Is Duck You Sucker the Ennio Morricone? I mean, Sergio Leone.
I think so.
Yeah, A Fistful of
Dynamite. I also just learned that Duck You Sucker is the prequel to Once Upon a Time in America, which I didn't know.
Yep. I mean,
anyway, we go to Hal now. Let's see if you can also get 4 points. There's no way that any of you know any of these for sure. But Hal, which of these movies doesn't belong? Hello, Mr. Billionaire. I'm Rich. Man with a Million. Or Rolling in Money.
Sorry. Hello, Mr. Billionaire.
I'm Rich.
Okay.
Man with a Million. Rolling in Money.
These all sound like something Marilyn Monroe would have starred in. I think I'm Rich is the least like winky and fun, so I'm gonna go with I'm Rich.
I'm Rich, unfortunately, is one of the remakes.
Wow.
Josh, Hello, Mr. Billionaire, Man with a Million, or Rolling in Money?
Man with a Million.
Man with a Million is correct.
Wow.
Okay.
The other 3 movies are all based on Brewster's Millions.
Oh, what a great movie. I love Brewster's Millions. I have a soft spot in my heart.
Which version? Because it is one of the most remade movies of all time.
The one with Richard Pryor.
Yeah, that's like the 7th or 8th version of it.
Yeah, it's the best one.
Richard Pryor and Uncle Buck.
Yeah. And John Candy, yeah. It's a fantastic movie.
All right. Well, that brings us to Josh.
Yeah.
Which of these doesn't fit? Charlie and Louise, Immediate Boarding, It Takes Two, Twice Upon a Time.
Let's go with Twice Upon a Time.
Twice Upon a Time is one of the remakes. Connor, Charlie and Louise, Immediate Boarding, or It Takes Two.
Immediate Boarding.
Immediate Boarding is also one of the remakes.
Oh.
Hal, you're down to Charlie and Louise or It Takes Two.
I'm gonna guess Charlie and Louise is the odd one out.
All 3 of you picked remakes of The Parent Trap. It Takes Two only feels like The Parent Trap.
It does. Wow.
Well, it does take 2 to make everything all right. It does take 2 to make everything all right.
Also, it takes 2 to make it out of sight.
Yeah.
Also, to tango.
All right, we got one more left, and I'm going to start this one with Hal just because you haven't scored a point yet.
Thank you.
The movies are We Done Yet?, The Dream House, Love in a Bungalow, or The Money Pit?
What was the first one?
Are We Done Yet?
I'm going to guess that one.
Are We Done Yet? Is one of the remakes.
Damn it.
Josh, The Dream House, Love in a Bungalow, or The Money Pit?
Love in a Bungalow.
Love in a Bungalow is correct. That was just a title that made me smile. Are We Done Yet? The Dream House and The Money Pit all based on Mr. Blandings Builds His Dream House.
Money Pit's another great fucking movie.
I thought Are We Done Yet was the Ice Cube vehicle where
It is.
Okay.
It's the sequel to Are We There Yet, where they just based it off of the Cary Grant movie Mr. Blandings Builds His Dream House.
Money Pit is
Are We Done Yet also a remake of that movie? Or is it a sequel to a remake?
No, Are We There Yet, I think, is not a remake of anything. And then Are We Done Yet is a remake of this unrelated movie.
I'm confused.
I love the Money Pit. Great Tom Hanks movie.
Connor picked up 4 points in that round. Josh picked up 6, meaning that right now Josh is at 17, Connor's at 4. Hal, I'm just glad that you decided to come back to the show.
No, I didn't. Now I don't get to qualify for your Final Jeopardy. I have to go home.
No, you absolutely do. We still have 4 movies left.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And I do something that Jeopardy doesn't do, and I found a way to let everybody play the final round.
Wow.
So, Josh, because you got the most points in that round, you get to pick. Would you like a movie from 1997, 2008, or 2023?
1997.
1997.
The 90s wasn't so good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, going so great in the 90s so far. Let's see if this is another one that we get to the 1 point clue. 1997 for 5 points under Sex and Nudity. A young teenage boy and girl, 12 or 13 years old, kiss multiple times and sleep together in a hammock overnight. She tells her parents repeatedly the next day that nothing happened between them, but confesses she was, quote, putting the moves on him. All right, Hal, what do you think this movie is?
Is it Jungle the Jungle?
Hal, with an amazing 5 points, back in the game. Lily Sobieski, based on the French film, what is it? Little Indian Big City, which I believe Siskel and Ebert listed as their worst film of 1994. And I think they might have listed Jungle to Jungle as their worst film of 97.
Nice.
Also in this movie.
Nice pull.
Also in this movie, frightening and intense scenes, an angry Russian thug tries to sign a business proposition with Michael, the main character. He's quite intimidating and even attempts to kill Michael's business partner at one point. Nice. Sex and Nudity. In a Venezuelan village, men and women are shown in traditional tribal clothing, which includes small loincloths and lots of skin being shown. When Michael joins the tribe around the campfire ritual, he also wears a small loincloth with a turtle shell hanging in the front of his crotch. His ex says, "Nice turtle." Violence and gore are very mild and mostly played for laughs. The main teenage character, Mimi Siku, hunts using a blowgun to kill small animals such as a snake and pesky flies. Some unknowingly expensive aquarium fish also fall victim. And Sex and Nudity, Michael, Tim Allen's fiance, is very busty and dress/displayed with lots of cleavage throughout the movie.
Oh, Tim Allen. 90s Tim Allen, when I actually wanted to see something with him in it.
That movie was disturbing. I can't believe the fish scene isn't a bigger deal to these weird Christian parents on IMDb. It's so disturbing. He also tries to kill a cat and some pigeons.
Yeah, there's a lot of attempted. At one point, a clue I didn't lose. At one point, his pet spider crawls in bed with Tim Allen's fiance, and he goes underneath and then compliments the woman on her vagina.
Yeah.
Like you do in a Disney film movie in the 90s. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like every Disney comedy in the 90s, the mob is involved.
Right.
I remember when the kid commented on the vagina and Blank Check.
Blank Check. First of all, Blank Check I loved as a kid, but it features a moment that has a like child-looking child kiss
Sure.
an adult woman. And that is the second movie that child actor kissed an adult woman in.
Wow.
Who's the child actor? Is it? I'm not going to finish.
I don't remember his name. I've only seen him in those two movies. He's in a movie called Mikey, which is like The Good Son, but less.
Stop it.
So Josh still at 17. Hal in second place with 5. Connor at 4. Connor, would you like a movie from, let me see what I have left here.
If it's there, you have to offer it to me.
Would you like a movie from 1998, 2008, or 2023?
I mean, I have to do the 98, right?
All right, we are sticking in the 90s, which means the last couple of rounds will probably be a lot of 2000s movies.
Aww.
Okay, 1998 for 5 points under sex and nudity. Teenagers get sexually excited often. A high school boy tells his peers about how he masturbates to a high school girl. I'm sorry we have two horny teenager movies in a row.
Yeah, that's not good.
For 4 points under violence and gore, the janitor hits a cop over the head with a large electronic device. For 3 points under violence and gore, a girl smashes her head in a mirror, picks up a glass shard, and attempts to stab a young man. Blood is seen running down her face. For 2 points under violence and gore, a boy flies into a rage and attacks 2 other boys. The violence is especially gruesome when the boy rips out a nose ring from one of their noses, and blood is seen gushing from the young man's nose as a result.
I forgot the year. What year is this?
This is 98.
Thank you. Okay.
Last clue for 1 point under frightening and intense scenes. The perfect society could frighten some viewers. Students get transformed to be another person, not themselves. All right, Connor, what do you think?
Disturbing Behavior.
Disturbing Behavior is based on the 1987 third movie in the series, The Stepford Children.
Nice pull.
Holy shit. Nope.
That's like a 5-point pull right there.
Yeah.
That's a pull from working in a video store, never seeing that movie. I can see the cover. I think James Marsden's in it. And knowing it was around that time, no idea. But I'll take it.
Yeah, it's if you want to see disturbing behavior, just watch The Faculty.
That's a great movie.
It is. One of those is a great movie. Josh still at 17. Connor and Hal both at 5. There were 2 movies left before the final. So you can't quite catch up, but you can put the pressure on him for the final. Hal, would you like a movie from 2000, 2008, or 2021?
Let's do 2008.
2008.
Oh, my hand's up. Shit.
Okay, 2008 penultimate movie for 5 points under violence and gore. Very frequent in gory violence. Quite possibly one of the goriest films ever made.
I'm just going to guess because I wanted to mention this movie in my... I think the year's right.
Josh, take a guess.
Is this Quarantine?
This is not Quarantine.
Because I know it came out in 2008, and Wreck was a great fucking movie.
For 4 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a man injects himself with a bright green liquid 3 times.
Oh. Okay.
Connor,
Wait,
what do you think?
Oh, I don't. It's not a remake, but is it Planet Terror?
It is not Planet Terror.
I don't think there's a
All
remake.
right, we're about to hit a turn with these clues for 3 points. Under sex and nudity, a human chair hybrid is seen. We see its bare nipples. She then urinates on a crowd, lasting for about a minute. Men are then seen buying her, implying sex.
Did you say a wolf or human chair?
A human chair hybrid urinates on a crowd for about a minute. You see her breasts. Josh, what do you think?
I want to get on the green liquid. I didn't know there was a Reanimator sequel, or Reanimator remake.
It is not Reanimator either.
Really? Weird.
What? Fuck.
For 2 points under sex and nudity, a woman who has an alligator mouth as a pair of legs opens her mouth and we see her vagina.
Oh, god damn it. I know this movie. Oh, fuck. I can picture it. I can picture this stupid alligator.
It's a thing that sticks in your mind once you've seen it.
Yes. Oh.
Okay. For 1 point under violence and gore, the movie is very pervasive and graphic with violence from arms being amputated. The violence is portrayed similar to traditional Japanese anime and manga, with extremely exaggerated blood sprays, eviscerations, and body damage. A man is shot and viciously mutilated by the Tokyo police force via katanas.
Oh wait, I'll try it.
Josh has a guess. I'm trying to send the title to Hal, and I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't know this is a remake.
God damn it. Like,
Okay, Josh.
I could be shooting myself in the foot. Tokyo Gore Police.
damn it.
It is actually a remake. The director made a similar film before called Anatomia Extinction in 1995.
Oh, 95, you say? No wonder I didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this film. It's good. It's bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's just it's disturbing.
It's a lot.
It's
a lot.
Tokyo Gore Police.
It is Tokyo Gore Police.
This was like the movie in 2008 for people to make GIFs of on Tumblr. I've seen this movie exclusively through Tumblr GIFs. I've seen all of it, and I don't know the name. Oh.
All right. Well,
I have never heard of that one, to be honest.
Add it to your list.
Aware of these, but
Go treat yourself to some Tokyo Gore Police.
I'll do that in Disturbing Behavior. I'm good.
No, don't do Disturbing Behavior. Do Machine Girl.
Machine Girl's good.
I think that's the same director.
Yeah.
And I think Machine Girl is what Robert Rodriguez stole from for Planet Terror.
Yes, I think it is too.
All right, going into the last movie, Josh at 16, Hal at 5, Connor at 4.
Yes.
He's not, if you get enough points, he's not uncatchable. Who gets this now? Unfortunately, Josh does get to pick the last year. And also, unfortunately, Josh, you have so few movies left. So would you like one from 2016, 2021, or 2023?
Let's go with 2023.
Let's go with 2023. All right. This movie came out at some point in the last 11 months. Wow, it's almost over 2023. For 5 points under frightening and intense scenes, those with amenophobia should know that the main character vomits twice in this movie.
Amenophobia, what the hell is... Oh, must be fear of vomit.
Do you mean a metaphobia? Sorry, don't. Are you saying a metaphobia?
Amenophobia.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying amenophobia, and I was like, The Little Mermaid. I got it. No, that's not my answer.
See, amenophobia.
Yeah.
For 4 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, in the scene at the outdoor theater, a random adult is seen chugging a drink while being encouraged by their peer. It's not made clear whether the beverage is alcoholic or not. Connor has a guess. Anybody else?
Oh, fuck. Wait, no. Can I rescind that?
You sure can.
Because it matters. Like, a lot riding on.
For 3 points under violence and gore, character beats up and stabs a guy in the face after being called Ratatouille.
Ooh.
Hal, what do you think this movie is?
Oh, God. I did it by instinct, and I know it's not a remake, so can I lower my hand?
You can also lower your hand.
Yeah. Okay.
I had a similar feeling recently, Hal.
Yeah.
For 2 points under sex and nudity, there is a kissing scene between Scumbag and Splinter. Pretty sure she stuck her tongue down his throat, tasting his dinner. I got 3 hands up. Josh, what do you think?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Hal, what do you think?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Connor, what do you think?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen.
It is Mutant Mayhem, but I think I'm going to give it to all 3 of you.
Of course. I was trying to remember the full name, but yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
By the way, I was gonna say Beau is Afraid. I'm like, what the fuck would they be remaking for Beau is Afraid?
I was about to say Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I'm very tired.
Last clue, sex and nudity. When Splinter asks if they're getting milked when they're gone, the turtles say that they don't have nipples.
Oh, boy.
If you haven't seen it, this movie is great. It's so cute and so fun. Also, you do get to see baby mutant turtles, and they are the most adorable thing.
Awesome.
That brings us to our final round, and it's a fight for second place. In a moment, I am going to read to you a question related to remakes. And that's really all I can give you on that. Right now, I want you to privately message me a bet between 0 and your total. How confident you feel about it. It's going to be like a how many question. So whoever gets closest will get their points. Right now, Connor can risk up to 6. Hal can risk up to 7. Josh can risk up to 18. If you privately message me, it's a question about remakes. A numerical question I don't assume any of you will have the exact answer to.
So it's 6. So what are the other scores? 6?
Connor's got 6. Hal has 7. You have 18.
All right. Okay. I got a movie I want to recommend to you, so I'm going to keep the bet that way.
All right. Everybody has their bets in. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, what is the longest time period between an original movie and the first remake of that movie? I want you to send me privately the amount of years that passed for the world record between the original movie and the remake of that movie. If you get it exactly right, I'll give you an extra 3 points. I normally would also offer extra points for if you could name either movie, but I don't think any of you can name either movie. Okay, everybody has their answers in. The original movie came out in 1925, starring Buster Keaton, called Seven Chances. It was remade into a movie with Chris O'Donnell called The Bachelor in 1999.
Yeah,
Connor guessed 77 years, Hal guessed 75, Josh guessed 85. But what I want to say is it's 74 years and 200 something days.
Oh.
Hal, I think you are as close as you can get without getting the exact. I think I have to give you the 3 extra points on that.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I definitely can't take it away because you're like 100 days off.
Sweet. Cool. Technicality.
I will also say that it's very funny to me that Seven Chances itself was a remake of a 1904 movie called How a French Nobleman Got a Wife Through the New York Herald Personal Columns, which was a remake of another 1904 movie called Personal.
Okay, so when people complain about remakes nowadays, everything's a remake. We've been doing this literally since film
forever
existed. Yeah.
Shakespeare was doing remakes.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
it's
Romeo and Juliet is a remake of Tristan and Isolde.
Yep.
Hollywood. I always say the movies that you remember are probably remakes. Dracula, Wizard of Oz, Frankenstein.
The Wizard of Oz is a remake?
Wizard of Oz, there were at least 2 or 3 silent movies before that one.
Tokyo Gore Police.
Tokyo Gore Police came out in 1915.
But is it a remake if it's based on the same source material?
That is a very good question that I struggled with when putting this together, which is why I allowed IMDb to tell me.
Oh, okay.
Whether or not they considered it a remake. Anyway, let's wrap up these scores. Josh bet conservatively, 3 points, only lost 3 points. Connor bet 4 points, loses 4 points. Hal bet all 7 points.
Yep.
And guess what? Also, Josh did his math wrong, forgetting that bonus points were available. Meaning that Hal gets 10 points off of that. Meaning our final scores tonight, Connor at 2, Josh at 15. But our winner tonight, come from behind with 17 points, Hal Griffin.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. It's been a long road.
Amazing.
So I get to make you watch a movie.
You absolutely do. If you'd like, I prefer one that I haven't seen before, but you can think about it. I will wrap this up and I'll come back to you. Thank you all so much for doing this. That's the kind of ending I love to see in this game. Hubris.
Yep.
Josh, if you bet nothing, you would have won.
I know. I do that to make it interesting. I don't.
Josh, you cannot name the movie now that you're going to give him, right? You know that.
I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to name it anyways.
No, I'm saying you on your own.
I want to know what it is.
I also want to know what it is. But before we go, if there's anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or just any last words, Connor, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, I just want to promote Josh not being able to say the name of the movie. Just I'm the only one who doesn't want him to say it. I want to know it too, but I think just for the honor and the integrity of this sacred game, Nick, this new thing that you added a few months ago, there's no way that he could mention another title, in this freewheeling discussion. There's too much at stake here. So I'm just
Josh will never again get a chance to recommend a movie for me.
He'll never be on this again. But I want to
say he's won twice so far. and has made me watch one good movie.
3 times. Made you watch 2.
I will just
What
say,
am I forgetting?
Arlington
I
Road
loved
and,
Arlington
Rounders.
Road. What was
Rounders.
that?
Rounders.
Oh, Rounders. Yeah, Rounders was right in the middle of the two. Rounders is a 3-star movie with a 0.5 star added for John Malkovich.
Oh yeah. I put the name of the movie in the chat, by the way.
I see it.
I didn't say it. I just put it in the chat.
Well, Josh, do you have anything else you want to?
well, can I just finish my my time
Oh
here?
yeah.
I got to tip my hat to Hal coming in like a firestorm with a thing, and then bookending it with that ending and pulling the rug out from under the noble competitor Josh Poirier, who would never in a million years actually send the name of the film. Anyway, welcome back. You were fantastic. Josh, you're a son of a bitch. Nick, you as well. And I'll see you guys at bluegrass practice. Okay, thank you.
Yes. I play the spoons.
Mumford and the Illegitimate Sons. Josh, I think Connor is now seated this time, and you can speak.
Yeah, I mean, the movie's in the chat. It's in the chat. I will say it because I'm going to be that person, Connor. Sorry. What
You've already.
It's
What
the best
evil
horror movie.
lurks?
What evil lurks? It's on Shudder right now. It's the best horror movie I've seen in the past 5 years.
Are you sure that's what it's called?
When Evil Lurks. I'm sorry.
When?
It's an Argentinian movie, right?
Yeah, it's the Argentinian
okay,
movie.
now I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When Evil Lurks.
I wanted
IMDb
to
came
see
back
that.
with
It's on
nothing
the
because
film
it doesn't know the difference between what and when.
Yeah, when Evil Lurks. It's fantastic. It's a great. It's got some of the most gruesome scenes I've ever seen in it.
But he's
I
said
love
2
it.
movie titles, and he hasn't one.
Anything else you'd like to say,
now?
Josh?
No, I mean, I got nothing else other than I love this show. It keeps going on, and see y'all next week.
Oh, are you on next week too?
Yeah, I think so.
Next week's going to be fun. Next week we're doing bad movies.
Nice.
Finally, our winner tonight, Hal. First off, did you have a movie in mind? No pressure if not.
Well, part of me wants to make it When Evil Lurks, just because I feel bad. I snaked the win out of Josh with a completely random
you
guess.
got a legitimate win out of that.
Yeah.
I can't believe I was so close to putting like 100 years because I figured like 100, 75, 50, or like 25, and I can't believe I.
That was amazing.
I also want to see When Evil Lurks, so I'm tempted. But I might say The Ruins. I don't know if you've seen that.
I have not seen The Ruins.
Neither have I, but I am reading the book right now, and if the movie is as good as the book, then I think you'll like it.
I think this is the first recommendation that somebody's given me from a movie they also have not seen. I'm excited for that. The Ruins is
Josh
one
has
that
opinions on it.
I do. I mean, I love the book too. I absolutely love the book. The book was fantastic.
Yeah.
The movie is good. It's not great, but it's good.
Okay.
Well, let's see if I
want
disagree
somebody
with
else to
Josh
watch
as
it
I
and
do
tell me
with
if
some
it's
of his
boring.
picks.
Yeah.
And do you have anything that you want to tell people about before we go, Hal?
You can follow me on Instagram at Halley Emma, which is HALLEY Emma, and I'm locked and private. But if I like you, I'll let you in. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah. Also, I'll promote you too. If you ever get a chance to either see Hal or book Hal, do that.
Oh yeah, I do comedy. Sorry, I forgot.
Because just such a funny comic.
Thanks, Nick.
Oh, I have the name of our bluegrass band.
What is it?
IMDb. It's Many Damn Banjos.
And on that note, once again, thank you so much to Conor Shanahan, Hal Griffin, Josh Poirier. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Find the show on Facebook, search Inappropriate Movie Database, or click the link in the description of this video. Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. We do this show every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. So if you like this, first of all, like the video, subscribe to the channel, watch other videos, hit that bell. I don't know what the bell does. I've never hit it, but people tell you to hit it. So hit that bell. And if you want to be on the show, please reach out. Like I said, we got a couple of spaces left at the end of the month. Next week, we will be back with bad movies with a fun group of people. Also, real quick shout out. This is the first time I'm looking at the comics. Hey, Marty, I'm so glad you were watching. Can't wait for their turn to lose to Josh next week.